Hello, this is Brian Whitten and ET Art. Welcome back to the channel. I did say I would come back and post another video if I found something that was important enough to come back and post. And I did find that in the last couple of days, about a week I guess. And I have posted them on my Facebook account and thought once again my YouTube subscribers deserve to see the same thing that I'm putting on my YouTube account, so I am back here. I wanted to just show you this image. This is a microscopic image off a river rock, once again using an external light source to that of the microscope. And I've explained before that these images are not visible with an expensive digital bifocal microscope. They seems to be only visible with a cheaper USB, to do with the depth of field, a USB microscope. The cheaper versions they seem to have a lot of further depth of field and focal length issues as well. So I just wanted to show you this because what we're seeing here, and I've said before that we're seeing chips in rocks, and I'm physically talking chips here. ICs, as in we respect to a computer, a laptop or a smart TV. It's exactly what this is. It's actually in the side of the rock. These are fibre optic cables going out and going back into the rock here. They turn on and off different portions so that some visions or images that you may see are there one moment and then they could be gone. That's how it's done. They actually switch them off and on. I'll insert this picture here for you, and I've discussed this in one of my videos called the programmable rock. And that's exactly what happens. Those lines get drawn on that rock in the middle of the video. I just wanted to show you that because this device here, you can almost see that there's an X there. That device makes the next image. Now I've moved the rock around and I've got still using my external microscope light. That X there is where you're seeing this here. And this is an E. Xe is the chemical element Xenon, but it also means, I believe in Greek, greener pastures. Who knows? It's a very interesting thing, but I thought I'd put this up here so you could see that we very much clearly have a set of eyes in here, and I was very interested to just let you know that that was the very thing that made Xe there. And even more importantly than just confirmation again of, logical placement, information being told us again, just exactly what Xe and Xenon has to do with all of it. That's a good question. This image here is off a different rock, and I've shown you this before, but I put this back under the microscope and moved the light around yet again and got yet another story. This is Uluru or a depiction of Uluru, but what you see in the background here is vastly different. You've got cities here. All over the back here, buildings, spires, smokestacks with smoke coming out on this side. They're telling us here that either in a time in the past or a time in our future, that what is surrounding Uluru is going to be vastly different from what it currently is. But even more importantly, those of you that are Christian, I thought this might interest you. I have said in my videos till this point that the Earth and the way it cycles around the Sun has in actual fact incurred a shift of the plane of rotation of Earth around the Sun 180 degrees, and it's gone like so. The whole purpose of which is to put the planet Earth that was spinning around the Sun in a clockwise direction 6,000 years ago to one where it's now spinning in an anti-clockwise direction with its axis standing straight. It was very important for me to show you this today because I saw in this what is very important. We see a crucifix up here. It's very easy and clear to see. And we see numbers written down here. Well, number 1 is here, and number 3 is here. There's also, I believe that's telling us of the 3,000 years There's 1,000 years here where nothing's happening. That's what I'm saying to you, it's really difficult to live halfway through this cycle where that flip happens like this. You're going below and above the sun, not around it. So it's a very, very difficult thing. And I've said that what happens is at the end of the cycle, when we come back up this way, that the return of Christ is a real thing. It's not something it's in the Bible, yes, but it's a real thing. It's going to happen. It means that the people that have the teachings of us to behave ourselves. It doesn't really matter what religion we're talking here. I'm merely saying that they are saying on these rocks that Christ exists. He existed on this earth and he's coming back here. When the earth is going to stand straight here, he has to come back because, as we've explained already, the natural straightening of the earth's axis takes 33 minutes. We'd all die in the first minute of those 33 minutes. That is why all these messages are here on the rocks. It's why the pyramids are here and so on. But I won't keep you with that today. I just wanted to let you know that we're looking at, if that's being that arch that I told you about, at the end of it, there's a crucifix, and they return and they certainly do God's work. And like I said, this whole cycle is 6,000 years. So the fact we've got 1 and 3 here may be very much telling us that one of the 1,000 years is extremely difficult to live in here for a civilization. I'm not saying there weren't tribal people living on Earth in this portion like this, but even you guys would have had really struggled. You would have to be in such a small area of Earth for you to be able to manage. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because I felt that was very important, but even more so this one. You may not see anything here, but I did. I came across this image and I looked at it for a bit and I thought, wow, that looks like a crucifix to me. It looks like Jesus on the cross. Here's his face here with his beard and his mustache and his eyes. His arms out here. His other arm behind his head going that way. His body here, but what I see in between me and he is this person here. A couple of demons going to try and distract me from getting into communication with this guy. He looks as determined as me to get to there and so on, so it's all good. And like I said, his determination is for all of us. They're coming back here to get rid of the scum. These people off our planet that look like this, that would drag you away from he and his real teachings, which is what we've been fed some rubbish, lads. All of us have been. So be aware of that. And I'm not just spouting of religion here. I don't even go to church, to be honest. So you know, but I've always believed in an afterlife and a meaning of things far beyond the boundaries of just this planet. But I wanted to show you that because I believe that was also very important. And I hope you can see his image here as his face. He's here looking at us, and his arm this way and his other arm there and his body draped here, but this man is between he and I, and he didn't get me. He's tried for a long time though. I do realise you get a little bit of glare on the TV. I've just tried to cover 1 or 2 more windows. I wanted to show you this picture because it was actually my last upload on my YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, the contents where this image came from. And this image is just one still photo out of that video. So the one last video has this whole video at the end of it. And I said that there was triangular shaped beings, or with triangular shaped heads, and that this was one of them here. That his eyes are here and his mouth is here, his head is here, and he's looking at this bloke here. And this bloke here's got glasses on, and the only guy that wears glasses all the time as a leader of the modern Western world, in actual fact, Mr. Morrison, the Prime Minister of Australia. So I would expect this was reflecting his meeting. It's going to take place because he's had years to tell you what's on my channel is correct. He knows it is. The Queen of England knows it is. And so does Boris Johnson and Donald Trump and many others. unfortunately we are at the time, well fortunately for children, certainly we're at a time for us people that are Caucasian races, we have to leave Earth because we cannot breathe when it stands straight. We're not the only ones with that problem. I'm sure we'll get the lesson that's on my timeline given to us by the people that know it without the mistakes that I've put amongst my videos. It's been a journey of learning, without doubt. But I wanted to show you that picture because the video I'm going to show you today is off this rock. Yes, I've got a couple of videos I'll show you. I'm going to go through one or two just at the moment, but I'm going to put two at the end of the video. And once again, I won't talk very long today, but there is a couple of videos I will show you off this rock. That's the one we're going to be looking at today. I'll insert that rock image for you so you've got a clear image. Now first of all, I'll start with this one. I'll put this at the end of the video, so like I said, don't be concerned that I know photographing my TV doesn't work as well as it could, but I just point out things to you this way and then I'll put the video in its good quality at the end. So I'll just press play and I'll let that go through and doing its bit here. And like I said, I'm using an external light source. I've got the microscope on that rock that I've just shown you, and I'm moving this around, and I believe we're getting told here in the way this is happening here, and we yet again see another crucifix. And what we see in here is what could appear to be an underwater volcano, and this turns into the shape of a whale and a boat as well. And it's just, I believe this is just saying whatever's going down here is going on underwater. And so we're talking about an underwater volcano that's probably, whether it was utilised as a, like there's a lot of questions as to whether this had a little bit of help, whether this is saying it did have help, this something coming down here, dropping a nuclear bomb, making this thing go off. You know, I don't know whether the Tonga volcano was in actual fact a natural event or it had a bit of help. But the most important thing I wanted to point out here was we have a crucifix at this end here. So what I'm saying here is they're telling us that this volcano, and it's certainly underwater, it implies it's an underwater event here by the fact that this turns into a shape of a whale, that the event was an underwater event and that this is happening very shortly after. That's actually why I wanted to make the video today. So I believe we're getting told here that they are going to come very, very soon. And the people here seem to be out of time. They've had a long time to tell you the truth. And those of you who have watched my channel to now know that there is 888 that's relative to the centre of a line, or the line of longitude Uluru is on, because that's how far the line that was created by the impacts, the Tropic of Capricorn, is from the Great Australian Bight, is 888 kilometres, and that the impact of the first comet that hit our planet on that day was 666 miles due west. Well, if you take 666 from 888, you get 222 left, which is February 22. So, like I said, I don't think we're going to have much time left for these people to have done the right thing and told us why they're going to come through our atmosphere soon. They're going to come and they will get rid of these people that have tried to set these nuclear bombs off all over the world. Once again, I'll put that at the end of the video. I'll show you one more. Now I'll press play on this one, and I guess the reason why I wanted to put this one in is because to me it looked like a UFO going over a city. I'll use, like I said, I initially start when I do this by turning the microscope light up and down, which is why you're seeing these variations that you see here. And then what happens is I then use the external light source and start shining it from outside, and I move my light source around, around the rock like this to bring these images out. I put this one in here. I'll put this at the end of the video. I won't play for the whole lot. I'll see here it's 5 minutes long, this one, so I'll put this as well as the other two at the end of the video, and you can have a look at it. You can easily see there's a city coming out down here and this UFO here. At times this reminds me of it being Paris, Other times it reminds me of it being other places. That does happen at times. That's a very good video to see a city-like design in here when you're holding the light in the right place, and a UFO or whatever it is up here look like it's shining the lights across the city as they come across. It's a very interesting video, so I'll put that one at the end. This part here doesn't look too bad because I move the lights off and you get a little bit more light on this side here. But it does look like that's what it's doing. I think what we're being told with some of these images, that is, we're getting told that they were going to blame these nuclear blasts on comet impacts, and you know, that's what was going to happen. They were going to nuke up some of these cities and say, oh, there's been a comet impact wherever, and probably kill everybody that came out of the city that tried to tell anything different. But that's pretty much the reality there. But that's a really quite amazing video, that one. I will show you one more though. And the reason I say that we are being told, in my impression, or my impression from the visions we're getting here, is that we're being told that the nuclear bomb blasts were going to be blamed on comets, is because I see something like this happen. And when you're moving the light around, you see, like I said, you see cities and buildings come up down here and structures, with this thing tearing across here. And then you're moving the light around. When you move the light around, you get a nuclear explosion coming up in another portion of the very same part of the rock. So that is why I'm saying to you that this is what, to me, the message is reading. We are going to let some nuclear bombs off and we'll blame either another country. It wasn't that, it was a comet. If it wasn't that, it was China. If it wasn't that, it was the people that were coming here. They were going to use whatever excuse they could, but they have not been able to do this. Just exactly why that one went off and was allowed to go off where it did, if in actual fact the Tonga volcano was in actual fact not so much an eruption, but maybe it had a bit of help, I don't know. But merely that I wanted to say that we are getting told here, certainly their days are numbered. I thought it would happen before now, but you know, like I said, the gods know when they're coming, not I. But I wanted to show you that one. I will finish off with that today with my talking, but from this point forward I will put these videos, not this one, but there's 3 more other ones, 3 videos I'll put at the end, but the last of those 3 will put without doubt, any doubt, that there's triangular headed beings. I've seen them before, I've put them in my videos before, but the last video of what you see after this will be without doubt. And I do urge you to watch these on a high definition TV to get the best from the results. I'm trying to put them up there as best I can. I do realise photographing the TV like this is very poor at best, but I'll just leave you with that today and just say, well, if you have a look at the following videos, once again I use this program I'm looking at now, is called VLC Media Player. And what you can do is you can press pause down here and move this across slowly, and that is where you will get the best images when when you're moving along like this, and you'll see me, I put this down lower because sometimes you'll see faces at the lower light before you've even started using your external light source. So be aware of that. I'm trying to teach you how to find the same things. And like I said, it's very real. This is very, very real. Our history is written all over these rocks, our future, and certainly our present. Certainly that is what is happening here. It's not coincidence that it's here. It's very, very, very high-tech society's left this here for us to understand all the things that are on my channel, why they exist and so on. Now listen, I'm going to leave you with that and say to you, urge you just to stay on and watch those last few videos, and you'll see the same sort of things that we're getting told as what appears to be an underwater, this is another one, an underwater type situation going on here that turns into, the one I showed you before. It's halfway across. So at the start of that video, we're talking about an underwater type activity going on here, or explosion, and then you come across to this. This is where the crucifix is. So I would say, like I said, we're getting very close. If this event here is talking about what has just happened in Tonga, well, we're right at our time here. We're right when they're going to get here, and they'll start taking these people away. Listen, that's all from Brian Whitten and ET Art, but I do urge you, stay and watch the next 3 videos. There's no sound, and enjoy them in the best clarity I can bring them to you in anyway. Have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye bye.